Hi, how's it going? I'm Jonny Scott. I play drums for CHVRCHES. I'm here with Drummers Only at the Hydro in Glasgow, and I'm going to talk you through my setup. So, drum-wise we have a Ludwig Classic Maple in pink glitter, which is not loud at all, obviously. We've got a 22 by 14 kick, 14 by 5 Classic Maple snare, a 13 by 9 rack tom, a 15 by 14 floor tom, and a 16 by 16 floor tom, I think. And we have a 14 by 6.5 raw brass, which is absolutely beautiful, and I love it. And it's quite new as well. I just replaced a Black Beauty with it. It's a little brighter sounding, I think. I find it cuts through a little more, but I've got it tuned super, super low as well. So that's like my kind of fat snare. And I've got these snare weights on all my drums as well, and I find that really helps. I also have these spooky little Halloween stickies instead of moon gels, which I think are really important. You know, that really inspires me. Heads, we have Evans G2s, clear on the toms. And we've got Power Center reverse dots, Evans, on the 2 snare drums. So cymbals, we have all Zildjian K cymbals. I'll start with the ride, why not? We have a sweet 21-inch ride. We have a dark thin crash here, which is 20 inches. We have an 18-inch dark thin crash here. And at the moment on the hats, I'm using, I think it's a K light top and also a K light bottom. And I can't remember why I did that. Like, I had a bunch of stuff to experiment with, and I just really enjoyed how sort of buttery they sounded together. Like that. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good way to describe hi-hats, but they sound buttery to me. Delicious butter. Hardware, it's all Ludwig classic hardware, kind of flat bass stuff. I think a lot of people worry about touring things like that, but it's been totally solid. I've been using it for years, it's awesome. Kick pedal wise, we've got 2 DW 5000s. I find the 5000 gives a little more resistance. I had a 9000 and I thought it was too smooth. I think I've been so used to playing like terrible kick pedals my whole life when I was a kid that I kind of like them to be a little bit like a bit of weight about them, you know. Electronics wise, so we've got a TD50, Roland TD50 module. That houses all the samples that I use, triggered by Roland triggers on all the drums. So most songs, there are samples layered under the acoustic sounds as well. We also have a KD7 kick pad to the right of my bass drum, so sometimes I'll play fully electric and sometimes I'll switch to like a hybrid setup. I've got these Simmons, the 80s Simmons pads, which look awesome, but they are really horrible to play. But I can't go back now, they just look so cool. So they're total wrist killers. I just love how they look. And I had a set when I was a kid as well. Like, my dad got me a set when I was like 10 years old or something. It was kind of my first drum kit, it was a Simmons drum kit. So it's kind of like, there's something comforting about having them there, you know. They're not the same pads, no, unfortunately. That would be awesome. The other set I've got, because I've got a B-rig as well, the Simmons pads on that kit are wrapped in pink. My friend Ewan did that and they look amazing. Sticks, so I recently switched to Zildjian sticks and I'm using Super 5As, so they've got a really nice weight to them, a little longer, which I always like, a little bit of reach, a little bit more kind of purchase, you know. Yeah, I'd like to thank Jamie at Active Distribution for helping me out with my Ludwig endorsement. I'd like to thank Uli at Ludwig as well, who's out in America, who hooked me up with this pink kit, which is amazing. And Kirsten at Zildjian for the beautiful cymbals. Joe Cox for these snare weights, thanks for hooking that up, man. Also Grant Hutchison for giving me this stick roll bag, which I think is made in Glasgow. Thanks for that, mate, it's totally working.